Good morning, YouTube. Today, we're going to go buy Hoovie's Lamborghini Murcielago.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is my garage, and this channel is all about the supercar ownership experience. If you didn't know, we have bought 3 cars from Hoovie. This will be our 4th. And unfortunately for us, the 456 we bought, it popped the head gasket. Bad news. Popped off the gasket, popped off a spark plug on the last cylinder, and
we have a head gasket issue.
it has some coolant on it.
I knew it was the head gasket.
Yeah. It's not Hoovie's fault. It is what it is. Things like this happen, and we just got really unlucky. So, funny story, I just happened to be texting Hoovie about, well, actually, he was asking if we wanted to buy the Murcielago. We were a little bit unsure about it because we don't know the Murcielago market that well, to be honest. So I'm hemming and hawing, and he said, and I just mentioned, hey, you know, like, just to let you know, the 456 popped a head gasket. And he's like, wait, what? And calls me immediately, and he's like, hey, what's going on with it? I'm like, oh, you know, popped a head gasket. And he's like, well, why didn't you call me? And I'm like, I don't know, I didn't want to bother you because it's not your problem, it's my problem. And he goes, well, I'll buy it back. And I'm like, you want this back? And he's like, yeah, it's great content. And I'm like, okay, how much you want for it? And he's like, well, how about I pay you what you paid me? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course. And he's like, well, but then you have to take the Murcielago on trade. I'm like, okay, well, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to go drive up to Kansas again. Got the trailer loaded, got the 456 in the trailer, and we got a long drive ahead of us, but we come back with the Murcielago. So let's go get us a Murcielago, and I can't wait to drive that thing. I love the Murcielago. It's so terrible, but it's so fun. So fun to drive. So bad, though. Really, it is. Looks like there's a fire, or at least there was. Yeah, there was definitely a fire. Nice, that's good. It's always good when you see fire right at the construction zone. Yeah, look at this. Someone screwed up. Someone screwed up bad, and all this shit's going on fire. Okay. Oh yeah, look at there, it's totally on fire right there. Nice. Good job, guys. Probably need a fire truck out here. Doesn't look like it's in any sort of control. Yeah, that's sweet. Well, let's get out of here. So we're on a back road in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, because Google said that there was something going on I-35, and there was apparently staying on I-35 was going to slow us down by 49 minutes. So it's 49 minutes faster to go on this back road for, I don't know, it looks like probably 20 miles, maybe even 30. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing out here. It's yep, that's about it. All right, YouTube, I've got a legitimate question for you guys. When you're driving on a longer road trip and you're using Google or Waze or whatever, and it tells you to take some sketchy back road and get off the main highway for an extended period of time, do you listen to it or not? Because I'm feeling like there should have been a lot of people on this, because there's not really any other options for other roads around here. And I don't know about you, but like when it says it's going to be a 40+ minute delay, I'm definitely taking the side roads to save that 40 minutes, because that seems absurd. So, or maybe just most people aren't using Google because it's a pretty straight shot out here. Like there's just not many options. Anyway, what do you guys do? Do you listen to Google or not? I'm just kind of curious. All right, we just got back onto 35, and there's definitely construction, so I don't know if Google is lying or not. I don't know if like this section is just super slow and it's causing that 49 minute delay or whatever it was. It seems that we've been popped back out right at the tail end of the construction, so hopefully it was not lying, and hopefully we just shaved off 39 minutes, because that'd be fantastic. Anyway, we still have 3 hours and 5 minutes to go. 233 miles. All right, YouTube, made it to the hotel. It is 6:30. Long drive. Well, not that long, but it took longer than it should have. It looks like there's a ton of like kids here. I don't know if there's some sort of event or something, but there's like 10 school buses. Great.
The next day.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's the next day, and well, we got a weird situation on our hands, so it's not going to go exactly like I expected, but you know, that's how everything is in life. So I texted Hoovie late last night, and well, I was like, hey, I'm going to be at the Wizards at about 9. I'll be at your house about 10. He goes, yeah, actually, he's in Florida right now at the Barrett-Jackson auction, and his flight got canceled. I'm like, oh, okay, so what time do you want me to meet you? And he's like, well, my flight doesn't get until late. And I'm like, well, what's late? And he's like, 10 p.m. And I'm like, oh, no. So I'm like, man, I only planned for a one-day trip. Granted, pro tip, I brought 2 pairs of clothes, just in case. Always bring extra clothes. So he's like, let me see if I can figure something out. So I'm going to go drop off the 456 at the Wizards, and then Wizard can just take care of it and do whatever with Hoovie. And then Hoovie's going to remotely open his garage door, and I'm going to just steal his Murcielago. And then we'll sign paperwork some later point in time. But I should have the money within the next hour because I sent a wire. So, yeah, we're going to go break into Hoovie's garage and steal his Murcielago today. Should be interesting. All right, well, let's have at it. All right, YouTube, so got the 456 out of the trailer into the Wizard shop, and there's a ton of like gas smell, and I didn't know what it was. Well, it turns out the 456 peed gas all over inside my trailer. Sweet. So now I gotta clean this up. Don't light a match. Don't make it spark. Well, the gasoline basically destroyed my rubber mats, so not shocked. Looks like I'm gonna be getting new rubber mats. Great. That's a lot of work. And the floors are all soaked in gasoline. That's great. So this thing's like probably needs to air out for a little while. Hooray. Alright, YouTube, we are here at Hoovie's stealing his Murcielago, and I can't find the tow hook. So yeah, we're gonna have to drive an E-gear car up the ramp into the trailer with like half an inch of clearance on each side. I'm really not looking forward to this. This is gonna suck and be scary. So we will do our best to not damage stuff. Hooray. I'll admit that was the first time I've ever been nervous trying to load a car. Well, it's in. I don't want to go forward much more. I think I might have to though. It's kind of sitting a little bit back. I kind of want the rear wheels to be a little bit more forward. Let me show you the clearance and why this sucks. Let me show you this. Yeah. That's all you get. That is probably a half an inch. And this side, yeah, that's all you get. Well, all things considered, I think I did pretty good considering I had no help. And E-gear, so it's herky-jerky and going into neutral and just generally being a pain in the ass. I think I'm gonna strap it down and tow it a bit. And if it's too tail heavy, then I'll reposition it, but that sucked. Operation Steal Hoovie's Mercy Done. This is a new one. I've never seen this before. Homeboy in front of me has a digital billboard on the top of his car, and it's rotating through ads, and he's pulling up next to people and then matching them so that you can see the ad, and then driving past them. I bet you he's getting literally paid to run ads on the top of his car. That's insane. Oh, that is the weirdest shit ever. Alright, this is the world we're living in now. By the way, that truck, he can't get in, he can deal with it. He was holding up the line forever, so too bad. He can wait. Well, YouTube, Murcielago is home, back in the garage. Looks good in here, doesn't it? Sitting next to its stablemate. Got the Italian ladies. Well, we'll have to take it out for a drive. I haven't even driven it yet. So all I did was back out of the trailer and pulled in the garage, and now it sits. But it's dirty. It needs to be washed. Needs to be cleaned up. Needs a few things. Unlike most of the Hoovies cars we've bought, this one's not as hoopty as a lot of the other ones. It really doesn't need a whole lot. I know it's got an airbag light, which could be the airbag itself or the clock spring. I mean, you know, the paint has a few chips here and there. Just normal stuff that happens to cars. I mean, there's some stuff here from the roof, you know, just where it wore down on that, but otherwise, well, we'll wash it and see how clean the paint is and how it looks and everything. And yeah, I'm definitely got to take it for a drive. So we'll review it in another video, and stay tuned for that. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. It's gonna be sweet. Moses, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go inside. We're all done. I know, it's an interesting box. It's interesting smells. Okay, let's go.